Satnam. I want to share with you today what's called Maha Mudra. Now, Maha Mudra. Maha means great. Mudra means a gesture. So it's a great gesture. Now, this is fantastic to do if you have not a lot of time. So if you're short on time and you're looking for something to do, this is something that you can do that has a massive impact on every system of your body. It's done a little bit differently in Kundalini Yoga as it is in Hatha. There's some slight variations that is done slightly different again in Kundalini, and I'm going to describe those in just a minute. So let's just get right to this. This is fantastic to do, and it's something to experience. So let's rub our hands together, get into a seated position. And this is going to be done on a mat. So you're going to want to have a place to be able to lie down afterwards once we've done this, okay? So prepare your space. Now take your thumbs, press them up into your chest. Chest is out, chin is in. Relax your shoulders. Taking a long, slow, deep breath. And then exhale the breath. Another long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale the breath. And then a breath in to begin the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Om Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deep. Hold the breath. Exhale. Okay. So to create Maha Mudra, we need to do 3 different things in order to create it. So we need to use what's called our root lock. We need to use what's called our diaphragm lock. And we need to use what's called neck lock. How do we do those? So the root lock, and you can practice this right now. So the root lock would be squeezing your rectum, your sex organ, and what we call the navel point, so just below the belly button. So you kind of just squeeze all that, and what that does is that picks up the pelvic floor. So when we squeeze that, so it's squeezing all that and then kind of just slightly pulling up. That's root lock. Uddiyana, or diaphragm lock, is when we take all the air out of our lungs. So you breathe in, blow it all out, and with no air in your lungs, you suck in your belly so that you can get your fingers up underneath your rib cage. That's sucking all that in, but with no air in your lungs. That's diaphragm lock, Uddiyana. Our neck, tilt to the side here. So our neck, when I say neck lock, it's not this. This is not neck lock. Taking your chin to your chest is not locking the neck. Bringing your chin backwards so that it's slightly level or down just a little bit, but backwards and up. That lifts up the chest. So when this comes up this way, your head back like this lifts you up and gets your spine in a nice alignment. That is neck lock. So we're going to do those 3 things simultaneously as we sit in the following position. we're going to sit on our left heel. So here's where the variation is between Hatha and Kundalini. In Hatha, you would sit with your right leg out like this, and your left leg up against the inner part of your right thigh and lean forward. In Kundalini Yoga, what we do is we sit on our left heel, and you want the heel, you want the bone of the heel to touch the perineum. Well, that's the area that's between your rectum and your sex organ, if you remember your anatomy, the perineum. So you want to kind of just feel that spot and just dig your heel in there a little bit. This leg you're gonna keep straight. Imagine that the back of your knee is pushing into the ground. What that'll do is that'll lock this leg, that'll squeeze the kneecap, and that'll put you in the position that we want this to be in, because we want this to be very stiff. If you can reach your foot, do so. If you can't, your shin, your thigh, what's important is being up tall, because we want to hinge from here, not here. You don't want to collapse in your upper back, because again, we're trying to use those three locks, root lock, diaphragm lock, neck lock, in order to create that Maha position, that great gesture. So what we'll be doing is we'll be taking in a deep breath through our nose, and then we'll be blowing the air out through our nose, and with no air in our lungs, that's when we're going to use those three locks. We're going to contract the root lock, the diaphragm lock, and the neck lock all together for 8 seconds. And then we're going to breathe in again through our nose, and then we're going to breathe out again, and then we're going to hold out again for 8 seconds, and we're going to continue doing this. Your eyes will be closed with your attention into your brow point as you're pulling all of this roots, diaphragm, neck, as we're pulling all those locks. Now, if you're pregnant or you're menstruating, this is not recommended to do. For everybody else, we're good to go. So, we're just going to do it. Breathing in, holding the breath out as we exhale. So exhale the breath out, hold the breath out. 8 seconds, we're going to do this. I'll go through a couple of rounds with you describing it, and then I'm going to do it with you. And then when we're done with this, is an important part of this is that we're going to relax in silence for 5 minutes. That's as important as the position itself, because you need to absorb what it is that you just did. So that's just as important as doing what we're about to do. So 5 minutes of resting in silence afterwards. So for 8 minutes, you can have a very good impact on pretty much everything that's bugging you. Because as far as yoga is concerned, this is one of the techniques that fill volumes for what it can do for you. Okay, so let's just do it. Everybody get in position, sit on your left heel, chest out, chin in. We're gonna hinge from here, don't collapse, stay tall, reach if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. If you're very flexible, you can go down further, but I like to just stay like this and just keep a nice strong frame as I'm reaching this, okay? So here we go, 3 minutes. Okay, begin. So, take in a deep breath. Now blow all the air out. Now pull up. Squeeze the root. Pull up on the diaphragm. Pull the neck back. Chest out, chin in. Exhale the breath out. Inhale the breath in. Exhale it out again. Hold it out. Inhale again. Exhale. Hold it out. Squeezing. Squeeze the root. Pull in the belly. Lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Do it again. Squeezing. Knee against the floor, push it down. Inhale again. Don't collapse. I'm going to start doing it with you. I'm going to stop talking. So I'm inhaling. Exhale. Close your eyes. Keep going. Don't let your back collapse. Stay tall. Push your knee into the floor. Stay strong in this position. Squeezing the root, pulling up the belly, and pulling the neck lock in. Create that Maha position, that great gesture. Keep going. And as you can hear by my breath, you want to take full inhales, big deep inhales and big exhales. You want to get all of the air out of your lungs, all of it. Make that your last inhale and exhale. And then come lying down on your backs. 5 minutes of absorption, of relaxation. Come on your backs. Relax in silence. 5 minutes. Don't fidget. Stay still. Now roll your wrists and roll your ankles in one direction. Now roll them in the opposite direction. Put your feet flat on the floor, so bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. Take your hands, rub the palms together over the chest. Lift your feet and rub the soles of your feet together now at the same time as your palms. Bring your knees into your chest, and then your nose in between your knees, and just hold that for a moment. And then just rock back and forth on your spine a few times. And then come sitting up. So, again, Maha Mudra, great gesture. That is created by getting good at doing those three individual things, the root lock, the diaphragm lock, and the neck lock. And the better you get at doing this, meaning the more consistent that you are, that's by getting better means being consistent. It doesn't mean you do it perfectly. It means that you're consistent, that you do it every day. You start to feel the results out of this. So 3 minutes of doing Maha Mudra, and then 5 minutes of relaxation. So in 8 minutes, you've got a yoga practice. So you're short on time. This is something that's fantastic for you to do that has a massive effect on all of the systems of your body. So use it again to your best advantage. I always wish you well. Sat Nam.